Hellcat.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new day here. It is still pretty cold, but not as bad as it was. Though last night, everything froze over. All the water froze. It's actually a nice day this time. To prove my point here, the way the grass kind of reflects there is, I don't know if you guys can see it. See if you can see it now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the way the grass was reflecting there, again, it kind of shows it was covered in frozen condensation. That's how cold it got last night. Caused everything to freeze over with a thin layer of ice. I don't know if you guys can see me, but at this point I'm pissed. My own father now defending some woman who can't seem to keep her own moods in control, getting mad at me when I yell over her false accusations at me. She keeps accusing me of doing everything that I did not do. Every little thing. And yet when I yell at her, I get thrown out. When I get mad, I get thrown out of the room. Yet when everybody else gets mad, they're not forced out of the room. There's nothing fair about this family anymore. No, it's not even a family anymore. Those two idiots have torn this whole family apart. And they won't admit to it. I'm tired of it. I'm freaking tired of this. And it's all because my dad seems to think her disability is an excuse for her behavior. Her disability is not a mental one. Therefore, it is not an excuse. Her disability is a physical one. Well, two, really. Asthma and fibromyalgia. That does not affect how a person behaves. That does not affect how mature a person behaves. And yet my dad keeps using that as an excuse for her behavior. It really pisses me off that he can't seem to accept that she needs to take responsibility for her crap, and he needs to make sure she does, as a responsible fiance and husband, and as a responsible adult. He needs to make sure she owns up to her mistakes and stops letting her own mood swings get the better of her. She just lets mood swings get in the way, deliberately, when there really shouldn't be any mood swings in there. And she accuses me of having and she decides she wants to accuse me of having bipolar disorder a month ago. I'm sorry, but the problem if it is, they keep pushing things in that direction with me. They keep pissing me off. These moods, my changes in mood, don't happen at random. Unlike hers. She lets her own temper get the better of her. One moment she's nice, the next moment she's all snapping at everyone. we haven't been a family for 10 years because my father let in someone who just uses disability, her physical disabilities, as an excuse for her behavior. Anywhere you go, that is not something they will accept. They will never accept disability as an excuse for a person's behavior, especially when that person knows how to control their crap. He may have grown up in a household where people are constantly yelling, but regardless, that is still no excuse. Oh, when I was growing up, my father was rather abusive, even though he won't admit it. Which is the whole reason my siblings and I were thrown in foster care at all. And what's his excuse? Oh, you're not allowed to hit people with belts. And he did a lot more than that. He would slam me against walls. Heck, he would pick me up and slam me against the wall. That's a good way to place fear in a child, not teach them anything. And the moment they go somewhere else, well, usually goes bad, real quick. They forget everything the parent tells them and just do what they want to do. And their emotions get the better of them because the parent never taught them. My dad wasn't there for me for most of my life. He tore this whole family apart because of his stupid choices. He has not been a proper father my whole life. The only 3 family members that have ever been nice to me at all. And 2 of them are younger than me. My sisters, my 2 younger sisters, and the other, who's the only one older than me, is my mother, who passed away. Out of the 2 parents I've had, out of my 2 real parents, she's the only one who was actually a mother. She was actually a mother. She was the only real parent. She tried to get my dad to stop putting his hands on us. She had to teach us to lie to my father just to keep him from going on. Just to keep him from attacking us. And he thinks she was in the wrong? She was doing whatever it took to defend her own children. This is basically my life story, guys. Physically abused, put in and out of foster care because of an idiot father who just does not know how to take care of kids. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of dealing with him. But the problem of it is, I have nowhere to go. I can't stay at my friend's place while running this channel, because then I can't upload anything. I can't do it at a library computer. I just can't. And I can't do it on a laptop, because both of my laptops are broken. And I can't afford to get them fixed. All because my last employer, Amazon, and guys, I am out of that little non-disclosure agreement. It no longer applies. All because they decided they were going to fire me for something over the fact that I was mad at them. Mad at them. And I was mad at them because they decided to accuse me of something I didn't do and try to put me on suspension. They didn't like that I was mad at them, even though I had a right to be. My dad doesn't like it, gets all mad at me for getting on his case or on my stepmom's, even when they're both in the wrong. So like my friend Robbie, everyone in my family, they're a bunch of assholes. even though they won't show that to him. Gunshots. That's what that was. And I'm sorry, but that's illegal near public places. Here's another part of my life story, guys. Because my dad can't hold a job for squat, my family and I have been in and out of housing. My family had to deal with homelessness. We've had to deal with crap places like this, where there's no privacy, where no one can get along, where there's constant drug problems and constant threats. All because my dad can't just stand up like a real man and just deal with his pain and continue working on the job he hates. And he only hates working because it hurts just to stand up for him. There is nothing he can enjoy more than just being lazy at this point. And I'm sorry, but in today's world, we cannot be lazy. We have to work for a living nowadays. Because all people care about anymore is money. Including our government, who should be regulating it. Regulating the public businesses, the motels, all forms of commerce should be regulated by the government. And it should be the people who regulate the laws. Who basically enforce the laws here. Because the police, can't trust them to do it the right way. We simply can't trust them to do it right. There is too much brutality going on, and it's not just people who have done something wrong. The police have gone after people who were completely innocent. And back to the topic of my family here. They are a bunch of assholes. They refuse to treat me with any fairness at all. I am the one that seems to be the brunt of all their crap. And I'm tired. I am getting dangerously close to snapping completely. Dangerously close to losing it completely. And if I told my dad that, the first thing he would do is throw me right back out the room. Force me to walk. Again. Yet when someone else decides to make threats to beat people up in here, like my brother, Patrick, the first thing he does is he just says something about it. He does not throw him out. He doesn't throw him out of the room. I am the brunt of everything here. And like I said, I am on the edge. I am on the very edge. On the very precipice of losing it. Of losing my cool entirely. Well, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into that room tonight, but honestly, I don't trust my family. If I go back in there, my only condition to that lady is that she does not mess with me. That she keeps that little mood of hers in control for the next day, or at least until I get some money in. And it won't be an issue. One of my biggest issues right now is that my stepmom has been has no control over her mood. She uses her disability as an excuse, and my father's been an idiot about it, letting her get away with it. And I'm freezing my butt off already. It's colder. It's less than 30 degrees out here, guys. It is freezing. So I'm gonna have to let you guys go here. I don't know if you're gonna see this. And I'm sorry if I sound a little aggressive, because I'm not only freezing, but I'm still just a little bit mad. And it's been more than an hour since that whole situation. I'm not really gonna ask you guys if you've enjoyed this or not. No, I'm not really gonna ask that, given that, well, it was a living hell for me today.